Good morning everyone, or good evening, or good night, or whatever time you're watching this video. First of all, I want you guys to ignore my nails because I was getting my nails done and I was like, you know what, I want to film a video. So I'm not done with my other hand, but I'm done with this one. In this video, we are going to talk about mental strength. Now, everybody wants to know how to be mentally strong, how to be mentally fit, how to be mentally, in a good place. But I feel like a lot of people don't understand what mental strength means, what being mentally strong means. Now, it's really important to understand what mental strength is, because nowadays there's a lot of misconceptions and misinformation about mental strength and what it means to be mentally strong. Number one, acting tough does not make you mentally strong, because when you have a strong mind, you don't have to be a robot to show that or appear tough in front of other people. That does not make you mentally strong. Rather, it's about acting in accordance to your beliefs. Now, I have seen a lot of people who think they are Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders. They think acting tough and acting like a machine is what makes them mentally strong, and that is so not true. Being tough does not mean that you're just walking around with no emotions, or you don't feel emotions, or you don't feel shit. That is so not mentally strong. That just makes you a weak person who runs away from their issues. Trust me when I say this. Number two, mentally strong does not mean that you ignore your feelings. Suppressing your feelings is not the goal when you're trying to be mentally strong. Instead, it's about being aware of your emotions, how it controls your behavior, and learning how to adjust to the environment, learning how to adjust in situations, learning how to control your emotions and keep them intact, and learning about or being aware of your own emotions. That is what being mentally strong is about. Because another thing that a lot of people think is that when they don't show emotions, it's basically being strong and yada yada yada. Absolutely not. Not showing your emotions does not mean that you're mentally strong. It just again says that you're weak, you're too weak to handle your emotions, so you just run away from them, and that does not work. So it's really important to learn how to control your emotions. It's important to understand how your emotions influence your behavior. It's important to keep your emotions under control. Trust me when I say this, I've said this 1,000 times. The minute you learn how to control your emotions, the minute you're aware of your own emotions, the minute you're aware of your behavior, the minute you're self-aware, you are unstoppable. Because trust me, there's nothing better in this world than being self-aware. Self-awareness at this point is key to a good life. Number three, similarly, you do not have to treat your body like a robot. Now, this is for the gym goers and the fitness people. I know the fitness industry and like the gym motivators are always telling you, push to your limits, push till failure and yada yada yada, because that's how you become mentally strong. Bullshit, okay? You do not have to treat your body like a machine. Being mentally strong does not mean pushing your body to its limits, just to show that you can ignore the pain, you can control things with your mind. Instead, it's about having a deep understanding of your own thoughts and feelings and the limits to your own body, and knowing when to stop, when to put a full stop to it. It's really important, like I said earlier, to understand your emotions and understand when your body needs to stop. Because a lot of people who go to the gym or face other physical difficulties, they think that if they convince their mind, they will be able to just push through it, when that is actually very damaging to the body. So that does not mean you're being mentally strong. Mentally strong means you need to understand your body, you need to read your body, you need to know your body so well, and you need to know when to stop, because you should not be treating your body like a machine and force it to do things that it doesn't want to do, because everyone has their own body capacity. Everyone has their own limits and capacities. So being mentally strong basically means knowing when to stop, knowing that you are feeling this pain, embrace it, and you know when to stop. Number four, being very, very independent does not mean that you're mentally strong. Another thing that I also used to think, that a person who never asks for help, who gets everything done on their own, are very mentally strong people. But then when I started becoming that person, I understood that that is actually not mental strength, because you do not have to completely depend on yourself to be mentally strong. Because mental strength does not imply that you do everything by yourself without any assistance. It does not mean that you do not need any kind of help in your life from anyone or from any higher power. That is not what it means. It's about understanding that sometimes you are not going to have all of the answers. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get everything done on your own. and being able to ask for help when you need it. That is called being mentally strong. Whenever you need help, you're able to ask for it without feeling guilty, without feeling like, oh my goodness, like I'm weak. Being mentally strong means being able to ask for help whenever you want to, because you understand that you're just a human being. You can't get everything done on your own, and that is completely okay. So just keep that in mind. Being mentally strong does not mean that you are always thinking positively. No matter what happens, you always think positively. That is not called being mentally strong. Instead, it's about thinking realistically and rationally. Now, developing mental strength does not mean that you always choose happiness, but it's also about knowing that things in life can happen because you can't control every single thing. Now, I really believe that we can control a lot of things in our lives, but there are certain situations that happen that we cannot control. And being mentally strong just means that you understand that such things can happen to anybody. And being mentally strong also means that, you know, things can happen, and it's all about how you react to the situation, how you control your emotions, how your emotions influence your behavior, how you're able to handle a situation. That's what being mentally strong is. So mentally strong isn't about being tough, being positive, or showing or appearing as being tough or pushing yourself to failure. That is not what being mentally strong means. Being mentally strong means being able to just understand yourself, because developing mental strength does not mean that you're chasing happiness. Being mentally strong will help you be more content with your life, and it's not about waking up every day and trying to force yourself to be happy. It's about understanding, like, you know what, I have my bad days, and moving on. Like, if something bad happens, okay, well, let me try to do something positive today so that I won't focus much on the negative things that happen today. That's about being mentally strong, because developing mental strength does not mean that you're chasing happiness. Being mentally strong will help you be more content with your life, and it's not about waking up every day and trying to force yourself to be happy. It's about understanding, like, you know what, I have my bad days, and moving on. Like, if something bad happens, okay, well, let me try to do something positive today so that I won't focus much on the negative things that happen today. That's about being mentally strong. Being able to control, being able to think with your head and not with your emotions, because there are so many situations that happens in our life and we're like, you know what, I'm just going to not react. But sometimes a reaction is what it needs, but sometimes a reaction is not needed. So in certain situations like breakups, we usually, our first coping mechanism or our first thing to do is basically throw out all of our emotions out the window or at the person. But the more rational way of thinking and more realistic way of thinking is accepting that breakups happen and it's okay, and I'm just gonna move on, I'll probably find better. And that is what being mentally strong means. It does not mean that you don't feel shit. It does not mean that you're going to be like a tough person and you don't feel anything and being cold-hearted. That is not what being mentally strong means. If you're going through a breakup, you need to understand, like, hey, you know, things like this happen. I'm feeling sad. It's okay if I cry a little bit. That's totally fine. And I will probably move on in a month, in a week, in 6 months from now. I don't know, but I will. It's believing that you will get over it. It's believing that you are going to be okay. This is not going to be the end of you, that you are going to move on from this particular thing. So that is what being mentally strong means. So those were basically my, you know, I just wanted to like misconcept a lot of things, because a lot of people think, you know, being tough and not having emotions, not feeling emotions, but being mentally strong means, but that's just not true. Now that you know what being mentally strong is not, it's easier for you to identify if you're a mentally strong person or not. And if you do any of the things that I told you in this video, stop doing it and learn to embrace your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions, and learn how to control them and understand them. By the way, mental health does not equal to mental strength. Just like people can be physically strong, even though they have like physical health issues, they can still be strong. You can be mentally strong even if you have depression. Yep, that's true. Having a mental illness does not require you to have bad mental health habits. Instead, you can choose to develop healthy habits. Now, it might require more work, focus, and commitment, but you got this. So basically, that's about it on what mental strength means, what it is about. So I hope this video helps you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section down below what other videos you guys would love to watch, and I would love to make them. And yeah, that is it for this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.